Right, can yeah, people can hear me. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to round 3 DRL. It's Division 1 night. It's Monday, and we've got something a little different this week, and a new race format for a new season. We've got a sprint race and a feature race, both with reverse championship grids. Well, not quite championship, reverse points per race grids. So let's get the grid up. We'll start from the bottom. We've got Miku, then Warman, Cheese back there, Alex UK, Seagiri, Kingspin, Kizo is back, Deathlink, Sketchy, all making their first starts. Then we've got Newton, Pete, Dan, Chicken Shawarma is back again. Gold Samurai, and on pole in the Mercedes is Ben Arnold, who is currently the worst statistic driver for Division 1. So, yeah, we're going to have a sprint race with this grid, and then we'll have a little break, and then we'll have a feature race with this grid, with apparently Arsenal boys joining as well. And he'll be right at the back. Him and Miku both, I think they've got 7 points. Oh, no, they're both on 20 points per race that they've classified. So, yeah, both be at the back. So we're just waiting for... Who the hell is Cody McKenzie 645? He can get out. We can't kick people, can we? This guy can get out. Ah, here we go. It's going to be a formation lap to get us started, which is handy because then we can get everything sorted. So Ben's going to lead us away in the Mercedes. Slow start to this Mercedes team, who have been tipped to be the challengers in the overall constructors, at least. Sketchy Crib making his return for season 11, or hopefully get the Mercedes team moving with some big points this week. And he is a lover of the Brazilian Grand Prix, or just Brazilians in general. Gold Samurai, fresh off a 20-second time penalty he got last week for an incident with Arsenal boys. Shawarma is off. Pete come around there. Let's have a look. How far back's Miku? We're all quite a way back. I think Ben is on the grid, more or less. On a very aggressive angle towards the inside there. Right, here we go. Right. 5 red lights, and away we go for our sprint race in Brazil. And Ben gets a nice start off the line. As, let's have a look, Shawarma and I think that's Shawarma and Sketchy. Shawarma picking up some damage. Don't know how Sketchy Crib's getting on, but not an ideal start for the Mercedes driver. I hope to get himself up the road and catch up. Ben Arnold leads the way by a good 2 seconds now to Gold Samurai in second. Pete Taplin following just behind him in third. Newton in fourth. Dan in fifth. Kingspin in sixth. Warman in seventh. Keys on eighth. Alex UK in ninth. Smoking Cheese in 10th. And then we've got C Geary in 11th. MeQ 12th. Deflink 13th. As Kingspin goes a little deep and catches Alex UK. So it's a few incidents here as we head into the second lap. Newton now up 4 places, Warman up 9 places. Our current championship leader. Huge start for Warman. Ben Arnold is running away with it. Warman getting past Samurai, a little bit of wheel bashing going on behind. So Warman now going after Newton. Ben is just checked out. He's gone. Kizo making a lovely move on Samurai and Kingspin. So it's Kizo up to 5th. Smoking Cheese must have got caught up in something. He's really struggled so far. Sketchy just getting back up to C Geary. See that gap there is absolutely huge. It's Pete and Kizo. Bit of wheel banging, but no harm done. Let's have a look at the intervals. So this is sort of the closest little battle in the points positions. Gold Samurai 8th, MeQ 9th. We've got Tidal Thunder, Dan, and Deflink, all within close proximity of each other. Alex UK leading that little group, and Kizo leading this little group. Pete could lose DRS here. I think he may have lost the DRS to Kizo. Yeah, that rear wing isn't open, so Pete will be under some pressure from Kingspin, I imagine, as they round turn 1 and turn 2. Can Kingspin get the exit on turn 3? I think he lost a bit of time on Pete, and Pete will survive, at least for now. Newton got away nicely. Kizo picks up a 3-second time penalty. So don't imagine Kizo will be challenging for the podium in this sprint race. Let's have a look. Where is our sketchiest of cribs? Is just cutting the grass. We'll come back to sketchy maybe in the feature race. Kingspin getting the move done nice and early on Pete as he lets Alex UK through. So Pete doing the team thing, and Sketchy retires from our race. Remember, the sprint race, the points are only for the top 8, just as they are IRL. As Pete comes back through on Alex UK, who just went a bit wide there. I think Alex is missing his front right end plate. I think Pete spotted that and realised he's actually going to be quicker through sectors 2 and, well, sector 2. Fairly spread out. I think Pete giving Alex a slingshot there. He's going to be struggling to Pete can just, this is probably the best thing Pete could do, is he can just use Alex UK to tow him along and just protect Alex from me Q. Then probably could get the Sauber team 6th and 7th in this sprint race and some valuable points in the constructors. As Alex UK picks up a 3-second, now this could be the problem. Gold Samurai picks up a 3-second, so it's more or less his race over. Cheese well back on the pack there. So it's mainly this little group of 4, Alex UK, Pete Taplin, Miku and Jeffling, fighting over the minor points places in this race. Warman has caught up with Newton as we head into the last 4 laps. Championship leader really looking to make a statement here. As Kizo picks up a 3-second time penalty. I think that might be his second one. So Kizo, I think, could be sitting in about 7th here. Gold Samurai picking up another 3 seconds. Let's have a look at the penalties. As Dan, that is more or less race over for him. Alex UK probably do with Pete trying to back up Deathlink a bit. He'll just get Deathlink out of that 3 seconds. As we get a yellow flag in sector 2, it's Gold Samurai going off track. So we're going to the last 3 laps. So Kizo probably looking at P6 right now. I think, yeah, Ben has won this race. He got away perfectly at the start and looking to get his championship underway with a disappointing start to the season. It looks like he's going to pick up the 8 points here. No bonus points in this race. No point for fastest lap. No driver of the day point. And no cleanest driver point. They all come in the feature as Swarmer has Stan at the start of the straight. He's got Ben Arnold right on him, and Ben's got himself past. It looks like Newton and Warman just going to be fighting it out in these last couple of laps. Ben heads off on lap 12 and we're going to have Newton v Warman. Going toe to toe. Newton can't do anything in that first DRS zone. Now it's all about whether he's got his fuel light flashing, so that could be a problem for him, as Samurai picks up a 10-second time penalty. And Ben had a little bit of a moment there, missed that, but should come away with the race win. Not quite as optimal as he would have thought, but here we go. Newton and Warman. Can Newton pip him to the line? I think Warman has just about got it. He has, as Newton comes third. Kizo for now is fourth, but drops behind Kingspin. He'll drop behind MeQ. Deathlink in 7th, Pete in 8th, Dan in 9th, Seagiri 10th, Smoking Cheese 11th, Alex UK 12th, Samurai with half a car left in 13th. And there was a couple of others. So there we have the results of our sprint race. Ben Arnold taking the win. Warman, Newton competing the podium. Kingspin, Miku, Kizo, Deflink, Pete, Dan, C. Geary, Smoking Cheese, Alex UK, Gold Samurai, Shawarma, 2 laps down, and then Sketchy Crib with a retirement. So now we'll be returning to the lobby, I believe, and the grid gets reset. Ben Arnold definitely didn't spin at the second to last corner. It was those nerves. Got the shakes towards the end of that race. Right, let's try and get back into this lobby. Right, what's going on? Is there anyone I can join off of? Right, still waiting to get back in to this lobby. Ah, there we go. Tem I'm still not home. Traffic. Sorry, robot. Sad face. Come on, Tim. Get yourself home. Get yourself in the comms chat. We're probably not going to be starting for another 5 minutes, I don't think. Once you're home, you can come and join me. We can chat about your day. And we can give the viewers what they want, which is someone other than me talking. Um, let's. I'm going to take this opportunity to put the results in from the sprint. Right. Right, here we go. Feature race. I'm going to open up. I've got a little pack of some milk chocolate fingers. That's this week's snack of choice. Oh, no. Right, let's just have a little reminder of the grid. So Arsenal boys now joining. He'll start in P16, winner of last year's Div 2 race in Sao Paulo. After I massively bottled it. What did I do? I think I went into the back of someone during the safety car. And then as I went into pit to change our wing, I then got a 10-second penalty in the pit lane. Miku, Warman, Cheese, Alex UK, C Geary, Kingspin, Kizo, Deathlink, Sketchy, Newton, Pete, Dan, Shawarma, and then the front row of Gold Samurai and Ben Arnold. I think going off of that sprint race, it is hard to see anything but a Ben Arnold race win here. Did I get a drive-through? That was it. I got a drive-through for the Delta. I wasn't paying attention. And then I got the 10 seconds going into the pit lane for the drive-through. Yeah. What a bottle. What a bottle. Yeah, that should have been a race win. But then Arsenal boys he was leading by miles anyway. And he got screwed by a early safety car. Right, as they head off on the formation lap. Yeah, I'm going with a Ben Arnold win. I mean, Warman showed some form, didn't he? To get himself up into P2 from back there. Ben Arnold win. I'm gonna go for a Mercedes 1-2. Ben Arnold sketchy crib. And then I can see Cheese or Warman making their way through the pack. Or, I mean, yeah, we didn't see enough of Kizo to think that he could challenge onto a podium here. So, as they take their places on the grid, here we go for our feature race for 5 red lights. And away we go in Brazil for the Div 1 feature race, round 3. And Ben gets another good start as we see Kizo making his way through. Kingsman just behind him. Sketchy manages to generally stay out of trouble, I think, that time. I think he had to avoid some stuff going on in front. But all round turn 4 successfully, I think. Yes. As Dan makes a move on Gold Samurai and Newton gets past him as well. So maybe Samurai letting Newton through there, playing a team game between the two of them. As Pete gets himself past Shawarma, a bit messy on the exit, but gets himself past. As Warman up into 7th already. And Arsenal boys up into 9th already. Fantastic start from him. He started in P16. Sketchy up into 11th. Down into 11th. I don't know. Up or down. As Ben leads the way by 2 seconds already. Will be very important for Newton or Samurai to make their move early here on Dan to try and get up the track to Ben Arnold, because he could run away with it. I mean, 12 laps he was like 6 seconds ahead, so imagine I mean, over 36 laps that could be a lot more. And so Alex UK has had to come into the pit. I'm not sure what happened. Did he have a wing change? Let's have a look. Yeah, he had a front wing change. So front wing on for Alex UK. Hard tyres have gone in. Deaflink has... Something's happened to Deaflink and the safety car is out. Right, will we see anyone come in? Dan is in. I think we've got a McLaren here, Kizo. He's going to come off the hards. Cheese is in. C. Geary also in, so the McLaren's double stacking. I mean, that has saved Alex UK's bacon a little bit. You'd have hoped for a safety car, and I mean, coming early helps him massively. Newton now sitting in 2nd place after Dan pit. And it probably was a bit early for, I mean, for most to pit, but Cheese opting for some fresher tyres. Well, Cheese, Kizo, Dan all opting for fresher tyres. C. Geary. But here we go again. After last week we had some long safety car periods. Hopefully it's not going to be the same as last week. Arnold. I have no setup on, by the way. I'm fucked. How have you not put a setup on? Let's have a look at new position changes. So Newton up 4 places, Samurai down 1, Pete up 1, Warman up 9, Kingspin up 4, Miku up 8, Arsavoy's up 8, Sketchy down 2, Shawarma down 7, Dan down 7 but has pit, Kizo down 3 but has pit, Smoking Cheese where he started, Alex UK down 2, Sigiri. Let's have a look at this restart. The safety car coming into the pit lane now. When will Ben gets away nicely, but Newton keeping a tab on him. So Ben apparently no setup. Or it would say we forgot we went back to the lobby for like 10 minutes. Oh. He made a good start at the start before that safety car, so hopefully he has created a gap here. It's 2.5 seconds to Newton. He must have made a mistake. Sketchy now up into P6. The 2 Alpine drivers. Oh, there's another safety car out. I didn't even realise there was a safety car out. What the fuck? Oh, that was Sigiri. Well, it's disappointing. Hopefully that will put the safety cars to bed. At least it's a shorter track. And we should have Cheese caught up to the back of the pack and could be back racing very shortly. He's taking his time though. He's gone with like, must have gone with like minimal fuel because he's got his fuel light on. I think he's the only one with his fuel light on. Yeah. So we could be. Is the safety car going to come in this lap? Please say it's coming in. Yes. Thank God. Ben is going to get us restarted. And he's gone. Right. He's got a nice little run on Newton. He's got to... He comes through... He's come through that opening section beautifully to open up a little gap. Looks like everyone has made it through the first 4 corners successfully this time round. So Ben leads the way, followed by Newton, closely followed by his Alpine teammate Gold Samurai. Pete, just keeping check of him. Samurai has dropped out of DRS as Kingspin and Pete go side by side through that corner, but Pete comes out ahead. So Samurai finds himself under a bit of pressure here from Pete, who is burning some of that battery. He's going to try and make the move without the DRS. And there's going to be 3 of them as Kingspin sweeps around. Sketchy managed to take up a space as well, and Gold Samurai ends up losing 5 places in one corner. As Sketchy goes round the inside of Pete and he moves up into P4. Sketchy following closely on Kingspin. Will he make a move into turn 4? He's a bit far behind, I think, so not yet. Newton is right on the back of Ben Arnold now. Ben's not on a setup, he's not doing too badly. And we have a yellow flag. That looks like it was Alex UK. Maybe a spin, there's no damage. As Cheese. It's a move on Warman and Sketchy. Pete loses a place. Sketchy down to P6. Kizo up into P4 on the rear of Kingspin. Cheese now in P5 as Kizo gets the move done on Kingspin nice and early ahead of turn 4. And now Kizo will make his way up the road to chase down Newton and Ben, who are just 2.5 seconds or so up the road. Let's go back to Smoke and Cheese. That fuel light now off. As we're a third of the way through this Brazilian Grand Prix. Right on the back of Kingspin, and the pack has bunched back up again. That group behind a bit faster. Getting past Kingspin, now on the back of Kizo, who is following Ben Arnold and Newton Killer very closely. Samurai picks up 3 seconds, and Sketchy's round. Oh no, it's Ben's round. Wow. So Ben, in the space of 2 laps, has gone from P1 to P12. Right, how are we looking on the tyres right now? So Kingspin, Arsenal boys, Ben, probably all at that point now where they might be thinking about pitting. In this top group, I think it's anyone's ball game now. Newton, Cheese, Kizo. He's been struggling a little bit to keep up with them. He's out of the DRS, and he's going to have Sketchy right on him. And Sketchy is going to have some DRS leading up the straight as Kingspin dives into the pit lane, and he's going to stick some hards on, I imagine. The Sketchy, they're now up into P4, Warman P5. We're going to see Ben Arnold is in as well. Going to put some hard tyres on for the remaining 20 odd laps. Cheese takes the lead of this race. Spread out a bit. Can Newton keep hold of Cheese? That's the problem here. He struggled a bit down the first straight. He's not really managed to. Could end up losing him through sector 2 as we get a yellow flag out for the warmer. Is out of the DRS, so Cheese now is going to go up the road, and it's already got a 1.5 second gap. Not much going on there. Let's have a look at these three. We've got Warman, Pete, and MeQ. MeQ picks up a 3-second time penalty as he goes off track there. Oh, and he's span. And Pete's almost span with him. The two of them both span. Not sure if Pete got some damage there. Yep. Pete losing his front left end plate. And yeah, struggling to get round the corner at turn 4 there. Now up into P4. Remember, Ben is on the fresh tyres, but I think could be too far behind. Kingspin also on fresh tyres. Kingspin was part of that group at the front. Should be looking to make those tyres work as Pete picks up a 10-second time penalty. Wow. I'm not sure. I think MeQ just caught a bit of the wrong bit of curb and span, and Pete just got unlucky and got caught in it. It's no one really at fault. It's just unlucky, wrong place, wrong time. And Ben means bottle. Pete says, "What? If he wasn't impatient and barged me out the way, he would have been there." As Arsenal boys picks up a 10-second penalty. Oh, here we go. Penalties galore. Actually, K picks 3 seconds up. Where is Kingspin going to be in all this once all the pits happen? You'd like to think that he's going to be getting a bit of an undercut here. Alright. It's Warman looking to get back into the DRS of Alex UK. I think he's not going to do it. No. Sketchy picks up a 10-second penalty. Penalties galore here. Newton now going fastest. He gets back onto the rear of Smoking Cheese. Newton not letting this go. And we could have a battle here for the last 13 laps between Newton and Cheese for the race win. I think how many laps has Warman's done 16. Another 4 or 5 laps probably for Warman until he comes into the pits. Kizo picks up 3 seconds. Dan picks up another 3 seconds. Absolute penalties galore. Cheese gets past Warman on those pressure hards. Shawarma picks up a 3-second penalty. Arsenal Boys has got past Ben Arnold. Past Warman as well, but has lost a good couple of seconds to Cheese. I think Cheese making that move nice and early on the last lap has done him a world of good, leaving Newton to just struggle through the corners behind Warman on the older tyres. Kingspin also managed to get past Warman quite quickly, and it's going to be, as we got a yellow flag. I'm not sure who that was. It was Kizo. He was retired in the pit lane. Q picking up 10 seconds. Wait a minute, Kizo retiring caused... Oh. He retired in the pits. I think it's because then his car went and the AI parked his car at turn 4. Didn't do it for Deathlink. Didn't do it for Sigiri, but that time, Smoking Cheese disqualified. Smoking Cheese has been disqualified for ignoring a yellow flag. What? Wow. Well, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, Tem, I agree. What? WTF? What the frick? That puts the cat amongst the pigeons, and Cheese failing to score points in round 3. With Warman sitting in P4 at the moment. I mean, this could be a huge start of the season for Warman. And we only have one Aston Martin racing today. We're going to have another lap, aren't we? Let's find out what. said anything. We don't know what happened to Cheese. So, safety car is in. Kingspin is away. So, Kingspin into turn one. Me, Q with 13 seconds of time penalties. Sitting in second. Warman doesn't quite get away from Alex UK, who now sits in P3. He's got saved a lot. Before that first safety car, he was sitting about 30 seconds behind everyone. Sketchy moves into P5, Newton in P6, who was looking at a possible race win. As Dan picks up 10 seconds for corner cutting and then retires on track. And that's another safety car. Well, I think why retire on track? And it's still points. That's the other thing. Still getting, what, 4 points? And could have, well, probably wouldn't get cleanest driver. Who is going to get cleanest driver? Sketchy could. Newton could. Newton got it last week, I think. Arsenal boys could. There's a few. I don't think it'll. I think the time penalties affect your cleanest driver score. I don't know how the game works it out, but it obviously works out like contact and stuff. But I think time penalties come into it as well. So we're all bunched up. We're going to get another lap, I think. Yeah, we're going to get another lap behind the safety car. Oh, so 6 laps. We've got a 6-lap shootout. Six-lap shootout. So we're off racing finally. 5 laps to go. Kingston leads the way. At the moment, I think it's Sketchy in P2. Newton in P3 as Sketchy gets past Alex UK, as does Newton. Sketchy Crib looking to kick-start his season 11 with a podium here. I think in Div 1, season 11 now has the potential to be could be an all-time. Especially with current champion Cheese struggling for points at the start of the season. We've got Kizo, who we know can pick up points. We've got former multiple champion Sketchy Crib. We've got another former champion, Newton Killer, as Alex UK. Something happened to him coming out of turn 3. I think he's retired on track as well. Doesn't cause a safety car this time round. As Miku gets past Kingspin. Miku not going to be picking up the race win here. But that could cause Kingspin some issues with getting the race win. He needs to get back past Miku. Get another car between himself and Sketchy Crib. Ben Arnold up into P4. He's got Warman closely following behind him. I'm going to think as Schwarmer picks up 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Go last couple of laps. This feels like it's been forever, this race. And so many safety cars, one of which definitely not needed. EQ is doing God's work, I think, for Kingston here, just pulling him along, giving him the DRS. And this is probably going to prevent Sketchy from getting the race win. Kingspin successfully through the first 3 or 4 corners there. See Ben, has he got enough to make a move on Warren? No, he hasn't. He's actually fallen just a little bit behind Kingspin, I think. that will be that, unless he can dramatically close this gap in these last 4 or 5 corners. As Ben and Arsenal boys go wheel to wheel. Ben coming out on top. Has he got enough in the tank to... Oh, he's let Arsenal boys through. Why has he done that? He's not going to have enough. I don't think he realised Arsenal boys... Why has he done that? So Kingspin takes the race win. The Williams driver, followed by Sketchy Crib in second for Mercedes. Warman, our championship leader, in third. And more points to Aston Martin. Arsenal boys in fourth. Ben Arnold in fifth. Newton in sixth. Pete in seventh. Me Q in eighth. After finishing first on track. Gold Samurai ninth. And Shawarma will come home in 10th. Everyone else retiring. Right, who is getting some... But I didn't even see you got as fast as that. We'll find out in a minute. Oh, Ben said he pushed him off, so he gave it back. Oh, good work, Ben. So Warman is our driver of the day, picking up a bonus point. Sketchy Crib, our cleanest driver, picking up another bonus point. And Smoking Cheese gets the fastest lap, but obviously being disqualified from the race. Still don't know what happened there. And there we have our results. Big week for Mercedes so far. Especially with... I think I'm on the front row tomorrow alongside Tony, my nemesis from last week. Yeah, disappointing for Cheese. Kizo disappointing on his return. But yeah, Warman really stating his case. Oh, Cheese overtook the safety car. I thought we... Oh, well, that's no good. Right. Thank you, everyone, for an enthralling evening. God, I hope next week don't have 3 safety cars. That'd be 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks in a row. Can't have a third week in a row. Thanks, everyone, for joining. Make sure you join tomorrow evening, where we'll have Pete with possibly Newton, possibly Sketchy, possibly someone else random. And they'll be commenting on the Div 2 race, where hopefully I can pick up some points because I'm slow and need a head start. Right. Cheers, everyone. Have a good rest of the evening. See you next time.